Hi, this is for me from Team Ada Lovelace, and I will be talking about and demoing my project, an RSVP DApp, and what you're looking at is the Reach backend code. And just a brief overview, I've got three instances of my scaffolding, one as a participant and two of them as API calls. I've tried to make my code self-explanatory. So obviously these are the properties for when you're creating an event and then for you to get the notification once the contract for the event has been deployed. Also, I've got an API to manage the RSVP, and then another API to manage check-ins and closing the event. And very quickly, I'll just jump down to the parallel reduce, just to, I guess, give you a high level process. So basically, the way the RSVP app works is when you reserve a ticket to an event that's been created, there's a ticket fee that is charged. And once you RSVP, you get charged. And then when you check in, you get refunded because then you're rewarded for actually attending the event, because we don't want flakes coming to our RSVP to our event and then we get there on the day and it's empty hall. So that's the reason for charging the fee. So if you don't check in, you don't get rebated your ticket fees. So that's a high level description of my ticket. So I'm not gonna spend too much time going through each line of code, but my code is in GitHub. As you can see, I have actually written notes to each block of code so that anyone looking at my code can know what's going on. And also a quick overview of my tests written to obviously test my backend. So once again, we've initialized for creating an event. Here we have, handle the errors and RSVP, handle check-in, handle event close, and then the different, scenarios. So we have our RSVPs, obviously checking in, it will error because 6 has already RSVP'd and I'm trying to check in 6 again. So again, high level, all this is available in GitHub repo. So from here now, I am actually going to jump to my demo. So I've got 3 instances, as you can see, 3 different browsers so of my browser open, because I want to demonstrate with 1 deployer and 2 RSVPs. One of the RSVP will check in, so we expect the checked in RSVP to get refunded their ticket fees, and another will RSVP but not check in. So we're gonna get started with that now. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, the banner says for us to sign in before initializing any contract. So I'm signing in right now very quickly, and then I'm going to start putting in my information for my event, which I am doing with the help of copy and paste. Let's charge €5, let's say 20 blocks for our time, because what happens is this sets how much time we have to basically RSVP check-in process. And as long as the time doesn't expire before we check in and RSVP, we should be okay. So fingers crossed, we'll have enough time. And just one thing to note, I will not be able to close the event until the expiration deadline has actually reached specifically. So just throwing that out there. So we're just bear with me as we complete the deployment. As you can see here, you get a nice loading screen to let you know that the stuff going on behind the scenes, you're not in some black hole. So let's copy our contract information. And we're going to RSVP quite nicely. So again, pay attention to the balance. So you can see 43.7 algos ish here, and 44.7 ish algos on the other hand as well. So we're going to check the balance once we get our RSVP confirmation. Okay, so here RSVP was successful, and then they've given us RSVP address. So now if we go and check, so I'm going to hit the connect button again, and our algo balance should update. So there, you see, that's -5 down and -5. So that scenario has worked out successfully. So now the next step is to check in just the one of my RSVPs, because we need to also check the scenario of being able to refund our guest for attending and penalizing guests for not attending. So I'm gonna hit the check-in button now, and so sign in. This should just be just a moment. So here we've got our confirmation of our check-in. So now the next step that we're going to do is, we know that the Firefox guest RSVP'd. So if I hit the connect, they should go back up. There, they've gone back up. And because they haven't RSVP'd, nothing changes on their end. So now the next step now is to close the event. So let's give that a moment. Okay, so we're going to now try and close the event. So once again, we're going to connect our wallet, put in the contract information, and fingers crossed we have allowed enough time to elapse to enable us close our contract. So here we need to review because the fee is higher. So they just want us to know that, look, this is a dangerous thing. Are you sure you want to do this? Obviously, we want to get this done because we actually need to close the event officially in order for the non-attendance penalty of this Chrome registered guests that RSVP'd but didn't check in, for that refund to be returned. So here we go. Event, that's a wrap. Event now closed. So I'm now going to refresh the wallet, and let's hope that we should have +5. So maybe 56.7-ish. Yes, or 56.8-ish. There we go. I guess with rewards for having transactions on the blockchain. Another thing that's fantastic about the algorithm blockchain. So yes, I guess thank you for staying with me through the end, and this is my RSVP DApp, and it's been a pleasure learning about reach and algorithm blockchain. And that will be all from me. And thank you so much. Thanks. Bye.